If you're not familiar with the Hamilton County Coalition, you probably should be. They do a lot of good for a lot of folks. So we're here to talk now to a couple of people who are going to explain what they've got going on at the Hamilton County Coalition. It is Jarrod Gwynn, good to see you, sir, and Kate Parsons.
Yes.
First of all, good morning to you both. Sum it up. What is the Hamilton County Coalition?
So Hamilton County Coalition is a local nonprofit, and we work to assist with prevention and intervention and recovery efforts for people who are going through substance use disorder or mental illness. We just want to, gather the community.
Jarrod, anything to add to that?
That's it. We're just a guide that help individuals in the community that are in those aspects.
All right, you were the faith-based coordinator for this, and your title is the Lifeline coordinator.
Yes,
how do those two positions differ, and how do they overlap?
Excellent. So I can begin. As a faith-based coordinator, it's my job to go into different faith spaces and educate them about the science behind addiction and mental illness and tell them my lived experience with both. That's a big part of what I do, is get to share my lived experience with those faith spaces.
What's the first thing you tell somebody?
That there's help, that there's hope,
That's right.
and that recovery is real.
That's right.
That can be a long and difficult road.
Absolutely.
Because the addiction protects itself at all costs.
Absolutely.
You guys are working your best to overcome that. All right, tell me, with your position as a Lifeline coordinator, what you do with this.
Well, my whole goal is to go into the community to empower the community. What I do is I help individuals get into treatment regardless of whether the cost is. I believe within all my heart that if an individual wants to change and they have a desire and a passion to get over the addiction, that there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to get into treatment.
All right, next one's for both of you. Tell me what inspired the creation of Healing Together Men in Recovery.
Yes, so Healing Together is a quarterly event that we host at Hamilton County Coalition, because we found that a lot of agencies they're working in silos, and we can't, we have to collaborate on this. So we do this quarterly event, and the reason that we decided to have this one specifically on men's recovery is because, men are at more risk. They're statistically more at risk right now. They're dying at 4 times the rate of suicide.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that we want to address, and they also have a lot of the barriers to getting, to that healthy place that women don't necessarily have.
Do we know why that is? Why the rate for men is so much higher?
Because our culture and our society teaches men to suppress all emotions except anger. So as men, we don't really have the opportunity to express ourselves as well like that.
And however you deal with stress and however you deal with anger, 99% of the time it is self-destructive.
Yes.
I think what you guys are doing is truly amazing. How does this address the gap, though, in different recovery methods and services between men and women?
So I would say it addresses the gap because we're bringing different agencies with different missions, and they're all coming together. We know that there are multiple paths to recovery, so there are going to be faith leaders, different faith-based spaces there. There's going to be treatment centers. We're just going to kind of have it to where everyone can have as many options as possible, as many tools in their back pocket.
What inspired you to get on the road to recovery?
Wow.
That's a good question.
Yeah, a lot. Ultimately, just the desire to be a productive member of society again and return to my family and my friends and my life.
And you've been in recovery now for how long?
So I went into recovery the first time when I was 16. So I've been studying this for about 26 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a wealth of information for folks who are actively seeking recovery. A lot of times people are kind of right on the edge of the table, so to speak. They don't know if they need it. They don't know if they don't. What do you do to break through to go, yeah, you need help and we can give you help?
Well, most importantly, let them know that they have purpose. Purpose is the reason for their existence. Let them know that they're valuable, that there are people that are dependent on them. I remember during my process of recovery, I had to realize that I was not an island by myself. There was people that were dependent on me, people that wanted to see me succeed, and on the basis of my life, they began to get confidence and hope to realize that, hey, man, it is possible.
All right, you've got the program coming up. Give us the particulars on it.
So it's Wednesday the 19th of November. It's going to be from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock at the Family Justice Center.
Family Justice Center. Talk about another great group that does a lot for a lot of folks. How do we find out more information about how to get actively involved with the Hamilton County Coalition and in what you are doing in particular?
I would say go to our website, hamiltoncountycoalition.org, and our Facebook page, and there are many volunteer opportunities.
Good luck.
Thank you, Chip.
Thank you both for joining us. Stick around. We have got much more of Let's Chat right after this.